Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Gorbachev, what are you doing here?
Mikhail Gorbachev died today. He's one of the biggest figures of the 20th century. But if you're like me and you were born at the end of the 20th century, you might not actually know that much about him. If your Gorbachev knowledge starts and ends with the Simpsons reference,
hello!
Or if you've never heard of him at all, here's what you need to know. Gorbachev was the last president of the communist Soviet Union. He played a key part in ending the Cold War between the US and Russia.
That was wonderful. He wants world peace.
The Cold War gets its name because it never actually became an open, armed conflict between the two powers, but that doesn't mean it wasn't significant. The tension between the US and Russia consumed the world for decades. It was seen as a clash not just between two powerful countries, but two different systems: capitalism and democracy in the West, and communism in the East. There were plenty of moments where it seemed like this clash could end in all-out nuclear conflict. In the end, though, it ended quite peacefully. And Gorbachev played a big role in that. Gorbachev became president of the Soviet Union in the 1980s, and his time at the helm saw a big change in Russia's approach at home and abroad. At home, he had two major policies. Perestroika, which means restructuring, was an economic policy which introduced some market-type features into Russia's state-controlled economy. Glasnost, which means openness, allowed more political dissent and debate. Abroad, Gorbachev negotiated partial nuclear de-escalation, cut his own military, and he stopped intervening when Soviet-controlled areas rebelled. Most notably, this led to the fall of the Berlin Wall, which divided Soviet-controlled East Germany from US-aligned West Germany. This new openness ultimately led to Gorbachev's own political demise. He was removed in a coup, and shortly afterwards, the Communist Party was outlawed and the Cold War was over. A new era was ushered in to start the 21st century with some optimism about relations between the US and Russia. That optimism did not last. Gorbachev dies with his life's work to build a peaceful Russia in tatters, but his role in ending the last century's longest conflict is still a significant one.